Many people who have gotten wealthy agree with Charlie Munger, a famous billionaire investor and vice chairman of Berkshire Hathaway, that the first $100,000 is the most difficult to accumulate. The same is frequently stated about making the first million. Money making. If you are new, make sure you hit the subscribe button and turn the post notification bell, so that when a new video is uploaded, you get notified. Alright, let's get into the video. When you reach $100,000, the next one usually follows much more quickly, and before you know it, you have $100,000, $200,000, $300,000, and $450,000. Once you reach $1 million, the next one is just around the corner and seems to go by much more quickly than the first. This is comforting for those of us who feel like our wealth is increasing more slowly than we would like, but why exactly? The process of actually starting to invest can seem like a low priority, and it frequently gets put on the back burner. Before you know it, you're scratching your head wondering how you're going to retire. How many people do you know who would start investing if they had more money? Saying you'll invest when you have more money is like saying you'll put wood on a fire. You invest because you desire more money rather than because you have too much money. Another common justification is risk. As is the case with many things in life, taking the first step is the hardest when the finish line seems so far away. Making the first $100,000 require you to do the heavy lifting, means the majority of your money needs to be personally contributed by you. The majority of us know a coworker or friend who has reason to believe investing is too risky, so they avoid it entirely. When your portfolio reaches a certain size, compound interest starts to work its magic. Even though the returns as a percentage don't always increase, they do so in terms of dollars. For instance, if an investment worth $5,000 yields a 10% return after 1 year, that's only $500 and hardly noticeable. However, $500 could be easily earned by working a few extra hours every now and then. People claim that when their portfolio reaches a value of $100,000 they can really notice the progress of their investments once the snowball gets rolling, and the rate at which it grows accelerates as your portfolio grows to a large amount. A 10% annual return is $100,000, which is a large amount that is significantly more than many people earn at their jobs, and seeing this huge growth is exciting. Instead of going out to eat and spending $100 in a matter of hours, you might think twice once you realize how powerful compound interest is, making you more cautiously consider your purchases. You might look for ways to increase your income so you can contribute more to these investments. You might also look for ways to earn better returns so the growth will accelerate. This is because, if you invest that $100, you'll realize how much it will grow and continue to reward you, making it harder for you to part with. For instance, if you spend $100 on a meal out, that money is lost forever. If you had invested that money, you could have received a return of $10. As you become wealthier, you have more options, and this will become more and more obvious when you have $100,000 saved. There are many things you can do that someone living paycheck to paycheck cannot. The first year it is invested, $11, the next year, and $12 the next. Of course, $100 isn't a large amount of money, but it's the habit of saving $100 in different categories on a regular basis that will add up. Your job might pay $50,000 a year, but if an opportunity arises that pays $100,000 or more a year or more, but it's commission only, and you need that $50,000 a year paycheck, you have the savings to take that risk. Your job might pay $50,000 a year, but if an opportunity arises that pays $100,000 or more a year or more, but it's steady, you have the savings to take that risk. Taking this kind of risk isn't practical. It's possible that you've always wanted to launch a business but lacked the resources. The new venture could bring in millions of dollars, but if you can't get started, it's a missed opportunity. Perhaps a fantastic real estate opportunity arises. While it's not always a good idea to cash out your investments, you have the opportunity to buy a home for significantly less than market value, but doing so will be a large risk. If you have money saved up, however, you might be willing to take this risk. The reality is that you at least have the option because someone with only a small amount of money saved is much more constrained in what they can do. Additionally, having more money allows you to invest in more risky securities, which increases your ability to take advantage of more chances. When you have additional cash, it's simple to be more speculative when buying stocks that you think have potential, and if that investment doesn't pan out, you should still have other options. If a buddy offers you the chance to invest in a new company endeavor, you won't lose all of your savings if it doesn't work out. A person with little money saved won't have the option to do this. Since the majority of these funds will be money you personally contributed, you need to concentrate on raising the amount you're saving if you're still working toward the $100,000 milestone. There are various strategies to expedite the process. This will be the most effective technique for you to quicken the process and begin regularly saving more money. You need to raise your income, which you could do by taking on a weekend or evening work that would allow you to put the extra money into savings. Think about creating a side business that would generate some more income, and use caution when spending money on pointless things. Do you really want to spend $100 on a supper out, or would you rather to save that money for a special occasion? Remember that keeping an eye on your pennies like this is only temporary until you reach your goal, and then you can relax a bit. Avoid making large car payments for vehicles that are simply unnecessary, as these costs are common reasons why people never reach $100,000, let alone $1 million in wealth. By the time you have a sizable sum of money, you will be accustomed to finding ways to generate extra money and putting that into savings, since you will have been familiar with the process of saving and investing. Additionally, you'll get used to being more deliberate with your purchases and consider whether or not they are necessary, or if it would be more beneficial to put the money into savings. You'll also feel more at ease taking risks when investing during various market cycles, and you might even learn how to fully capitalize on them. According to Charlie Munger, you can slightly take off the gas once you reach the 100,000 level. The next time you're worried about the difficulty of increasing your net worth, remember that it becomes easier, more enjoyable, and more rewarding as time goes on. Although the first million is the next milestone, it becomes easier as most of your investments will likely be the result of compound interest, instead of money you need to personally go out and earn. If you like the video, please don't forget to hit the like button, and also please subscribe and hit the notification bell to get notified whenever a new video drops.